It's 3:11 a.m. Outside, a heavy rainstorm is violently battering the windows. Inside, a woman named Mia is completely alone in her apartment, but the quiet isolation is suddenly broken. Her phone lights up with an incoming call from an unknown number. When she answers, a little girl's voice whispers through the static. "Mom, there's someone under my bed." This diagram illustrates the immediate problem. On one side, we have the caller, who addresses Mia as her mother. On the other side, we have Mia's reality. She doesn't have a daughter. Before the caller even hangs up, that single sentence fractures her sense of safety. The locked doors and the familiar walls of her apartment offer no protection against a contradiction coming from inside her own reality. The horror is built on this corruption of the protagonist's reality, arriving well before a physical monster appears. The story then begins to strip away her physical defenses. The apartment lights flicker twice, and the power dies entirely. Plunging the room into darkness removes the modern technological comforts we rely on to feel secure. Mia is reduced to a primitive state of blindness, armed only with the flashlight on her phone. Look at this visual representation of what we call sensory funneling. A normal 180-degree field of vision shrinks down to a single narrow cone of light. Everything outside that beam becomes a hidden potential threat. Inside that narrow beam, Mia spots wet footprints. The abstract threat is now a physical home invasion. These footprints trace a path from the hallway into the bedroom, crossing into the apartment's most private space. Leaving a trail of footprints is a deliberate narrative device. It forces the victim to become an active participant, taking step after step toward the danger, rather than just waiting for it to arrive. Mia pushes the bedroom door open to find it completely empty. But he hears a soft, localized scratching noise. Skrr, skrr. The scratching isolates her attention entirely downward. Both Mia and the audience become hyper-focused on the space directly underneath the bed. Right as she gathers the courage to look down, the phone rings a second time. The timing is precise, freezing her in place just before the reveal. It's the same little girl whispering, "He's behind you now." That single line weaponizes the space Mia isn't looking at, turning her blind spot into the primary source of danger. She turns around. Standing in the corner is a towering figure dripping black water, defined by an unnaturally wide smile and deep, empty eye sockets. Combining human features like a wide smile with the complete absence of eyes triggers a primal uncanny valley fear response. It looks almost human, but the brain instantly registers it as a predator. The terror of this climax relies on cognitive misdirection. The narrative commands the victim to look down, allowing the actual physical threat to materialize freely behind her. The next morning, the chaotic terror of the storm is replaced by the sterile, quiet reality of a police investigation. The officers find the front door unlocked and the apartment totally empty. There are no signs of a struggle, no blood, no physical evidence that anyone was even there. Investigators found Mia's phone on the bedroom floor, still actively recording. The final audio file is only 6 seconds long. Forensic playback reveals heavy breathing, that familiar soft scratching sound, and the little girl whispering one last time. Now she's under the bed too. Look at this flowchart breaking down the trope inversion happening here. Mia transitions from a modern victim in an apartment and feeds directly into the literal folklore of the monster under the bed. In the end, death is almost too simple of an outcome. The maximum psychological horror is achieved by permanently erasing Mia from the known world, trapping her inside the